love about women that has nothing to do with their vagina?
Hey, YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right into it because I know y'all have a lot to say about this topic, right? So you saw it. It says chasing the V-JayJay. All right, let's get into it. So as I sit among talk spaces with men and peruse through their content and panels online, my heart aches at the increasing lack of humanity some men show towards women. And sadly, this is where some men will be like projecting and gaslighting and bringing up lack of humanity among the women as well. And I am not blind to the lack of humanity decreasing on both ends. I'm not blind to it. But I am choosing today to speak on the gender that I identify with. So just swallow it a little bit and hear me out. All right. So I decided to discuss this today because I witnessed one of the men on one of the panels that I actually sit on state that he does not listen to women when they start talking. A lot of these same men talk about leadership, and that has me wondering, as a leader, wouldn't it be wise to hear from the people you are set to lead? Even the best bosses know what is going on in the structure below them. So if you are to lead women and you don't even want to hear from them at all, then I wonder. So the following podcast shows a lot of what I see floating around. Wait until the end. It's extremely revealing.
Actual question.
Ask me all the questions.
How is it that you refuse to understand or take any accountability for your behavior when it comes to how we relate to y'all? No, we don't understand y'all. No, we don't like y'all. Yes, y'all are very irritating.
And what the fuck are y'all?
No, this is about men. Don't conflate. I'm sexually attracted to women.
And that's the only thing that there is. So you don't love us. You don't want to be with us. You don't even like us. You just want to us, and then you deal with the rest of it. I'm talking about there are men in the world that literally they don't like women, and you
Like
can
women
tell.
as far as what?
You don't like certain things about women.
That's okay.
And
I don't like certain things about my other male friends. I don't like certain things about everybody. There are things that we love about women. Things that we
you
love
haven't
about
named
men.
any. What do men love about women that has nothing to do with their vagina?
Wow. So as you can see, so he says, he stated at the beginning, he's like, no, we don't understand y'all. No, we don't like y'all. Yes, y'all are very irritating. That's what he said at the beginning of this podcast, right? Of this clip. Then he went on to say that, but we are sexually attracted to you, right? So she goes on to say, you don't love us. You don't want to be with us. You don't even like us. You just want to have relations with us, right? And then she even went on to say that there are men in this world who just don't like women. Then he starts to gaslight, then gets defensive because he's starting to say, as far as, he's saying as far as, but then he goes on to like kind of defend what he is trying to say, like, you know, talking about, you know, now we don't, you know, it's really, really crazy. But what speaks the loudest is how he was speechless when asked, what do men like other than the V-JayJay? He was speechless. He's So there you have it, you know. And some people, if they don't see it in real time, they really think that we don't know what we're talking about when we're saying that there are some men who just don't like women. So then there's this other revealing conversation where this man talks in regards to his wife. So check this one out.
Be like, am I willing to die for this?
I'm not. I'm not willing to die
I think
for.
dying for your wife and your family, I can understand.
Because it's dangerous. It's not fearful. It's a dangerous
Kids,
situation.
yeah.
Wife too.
Wife,
you
no.
her. Look, you bought her though.
I'm not.
I mean, like once you
I'm
get
not dying for my wife, my nigga.
What are you doing in a dangerous situation?
If me and my wife are running because two niggas are shooting at us and she trip, I'm gonna keep running.
You and your wife.
Me and my wife.
Who hurt you?
Nobody. I'm just saying I'd keep running.
See, even the man had to say, who hurt you? Because you're talking about your wife. A lot of these men stand on being the protectors of their families, their wives, their kids. Then there's a man like this who's saying, nah, I'm not putting my life in danger for her. Then you have conversations like this, where this man shares of what he talked about in a locker room with other men.
Are straight men who do not like women. I'm gonna explain. Let me cook. Just let me cook. I asked in the football locker room once. I said, "Hey, bros, like, what's something that y'all like about women that's not sexual or physical or any of that shit?" Crickets. So then they tried to flip it. They tried to ask me the same question. I said, okay, you know, I feel like women are nurturers. I feel like you can let your guard down a lot around women. I feel like you can be a lot softer around women. You ain't got to be on no tough guy, macho man shit all day. I feel like it's amazing hearing the female's perspective for once. You feel me? Like they sense of humor is a lot different. It's so many reasons that I can go on and on about why I like women, right? And like, then on the internet, right, we see pod.
So I'm gonna stop it there. But I'm like, the fact that some men get so quiet when asked what they like about women, other than the actual and physical, is saddening. You know, and it, you know, I commend this brother. He was able to, like, you know, spit some things out about what he likes about women other than the physical. But then you have like the other man that he was talking to that didn't have anything to say about it. It makes me wonder, where is the humanity? And then here is this other video.
Do men even like women?
I've been hearing this conversation a lot lately, and I have a very interesting plot twist on the story, so hear me out. So to explain the concept, it's basically the idea that we straight men only like the fact that we can do the physical thing with women, or if we're married, then they can cook or clean or take care of the kids. The theory is that maybe we don't actually like talking to women, and if it wasn't for the things that they do for us or what we can get from them, then we wouldn't actually even be their friends. And so here's my response to that. It's not that straight men don't like women, it's that most of us don't understand anything about them, and because we live in a patriarchal society, we weren't even taught about the necessity of understanding women. Think about it, whether it's our careers, our governments, or even the school system, we have been taught that life is about how much money you can make, your ability to dominate over others, and attaining the things that build your legacy in this world. Money, power, and respect. So if a woman is talking about her heart or her feelings or the flow of life, then a lot of men process that as a bunch of chaotic, all over the place babble. This is because we live in a society that has taught us that life isn't about the meaning or the essence of things, but it's about every individual's abilities to extract the most value out of whatever it is that they're using. So to men, video games and watching sports feels like it serves a purpose because it's like a training ground to compete in this dog-eat-dog world. But listening to a woman express the importance of open-hearted communication doesn't feel like it serves a purpose because it doesn't lead directly to money, power, and respect. But it does serve a purpose. We must learn as a society that living in a world that doesn't value empathy, communication, and compassion inevitably leads to self-destruction. So it's not just that men don't like women. It's that we live in a system that doesn't value the feminine at all. And so the only way to help men as individuals is to actually do the work to fix society as a whole. And that will take all of us.
So you heard this man. He explains that the main goal for some men is just pretty much about money, power, and respect. And that some only care about what can be done for them and what they can get from it. So he states that a world without empathy, communication, compassion leads to destruction. And I will add, on both ends, this world stands on both ends, both male and woman, men and women, both men and women. We stand more on individualistic views, accessing all we can, and not caring about anything other than ourselves. Then it's less likely that there are no real human qualities for our future generation if we continue on this road. How can we survive if that's all we run on? I mean, when you pass away, you're not taking all of that with you. The most you will leave is pretty much a legacy. But then what kind of legacy are you leaving if there's no humanity involved in it? When you really think about it. So some people complain about now, they complain now in relationships about lack of compassion, lack of empathy, lack of respect, greed, selfishness, and more. That individualistic mindset kind of like only stems from that. Like, so how do we improve on some of those with a completely individualistic mindset when our only focus is on pleasing self? How can we improve? Where do we go from there? So this lady's professor broke it down like this.
Thing I ever learned about men was from my college human sexuality class, where the professor told us that men don't actually like women. Not all men, sure, but hang in. He said that the way that our society socializes boys to, quote, become men is not to tell them how to be men, it's just to teach them how to not be women. Don't cry, be a man. Don't be a pussy, be a man. Don't be weak, be a man. Don't be sensitive, be a man. Don't like those things, those are girl things. And the tool we use to do that kind of socializing, to steer them away from feminine things, is shame. And you just can't go your whole life being told that the worst thing you could do is be like a woman and expect to actually like women at the end of that. But they are also taught that their sexual attractiveness to women and their ability to get women is a status symbol in front of other men. So they will sexually pursue women, but they don't actually like them as people. This is how patriarchal masculinity socializes men, and why shame, violence, and disgust are so intricately linked.
So the professor of her class basically said that a lot of how men feel about women may be rooted in how they were socialized, where feminine things were shamed versus masculine. And yet getting the woman speaks on as status symbols, basically. So yes, they actually pursue, but may not necessarily be interested in the other parts. So I had the privilege of experiencing wonderful representations of men throughout my life, but I cannot deny coming across quite a few that, quite frankly, do not like women. Some who do not even relate with women as if they are human beings, basically looking at us as walking V-JayJays. I've seen some men blame their dislike of most women on women as a monolith. So whatever they went through specifically in their lives, they look at all women like that. And that's why even in that first podcast when he said, "Who hurt you?" Because it shows a lot of hurt when you talk from there. And then what healing are you doing from that hurt? From that hurt, pretty much. We need to get to a place where we stop looking at just the surface and heal those areas that are keeping us stagnant. The blame shifting never gets anywhere. I'm tired of these gender wars and all this other stuff. And if we care anything about the hope of our future generation, we need to get to the bottom of our interpersonalization and heal. Women and men are in a stagnant place, and we need to do better and be better. Because what's going on now on either end is not working. So I thank you for hearing me out. That's all I got. I just hope that we can do better with relating with each other. Because this whole individualistic mindset, it does not help with progressing a nation. Anyway, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment down in the comment section. Please like, please share, please subscribe. All right. Thank you for spending your time with me. Let me bounce some thoughts off of you. Don't forget, guys, mind your mind.